I love how my food addiction, turned out to be like this totally legitimate addiction. Like, can't really be addicted to food, as in food in the broad term, food, something that you put in your mouth and eat. Just like you can't really be addicted to water or air. You don't have a breathing addiction. Like, you don't need to like cut down on the amount of air you breathe or the amount of water you drink. You can drink as much fucking water as you want to drink. You can eat as much food as you want to eat. Because if you're eating the right food, that was what I didn't know. That's what I didn't know, and that's what a lot of people don't know, is that it's not that you've got a food addiction. It's that you're eating the wrong food and your body's constantly craving more because you're not satisfying it. Or you're constantly under-eating that little bit. And you're never fully satisfied. You're never fully you're never fully satiated. So you're always craving that bit more. And that little bit every day, that little bit is just causing this insanity to grow, and this addiction or obsession with food to grow. I really thought that I had a food addiction. I thought that, there was something wrong with my programming that led me to just think about food, have this really negative relationship with food where I loved it but I hated it, I was scared of it but it was my best friend, and I was just eating the wrong food. That was all that was wrong with me. I was eating high fat, sometimes quite processed food. Oh shit, I just dropped it. Okay, it's fine. Some people might sorry if that grossed you out. I wouldn't do it on a kitchen floor. And I probably would do it on the kitchen floor if I'm honest. Because I've got a food addiction. No. There's such a thing as a food addiction. You're just eating the wrong food. And when you start eating the right food, your body will tell you when you're hungry. You'll just know when you're hungry. You'll eat until you're full. You won't even realize that you've stopped eating, and you have stopped eating. Your brain will have gone somewhere else. And then you'll go a couple of hours without needing to eat again. You won't even think about food. If you've got a food addiction, if you've got a problem with food and it's making you unhappy, you'll obviously need to get into a rhythm of things. You'll need to, say, okay, I need to eat it this time, and I need to eat this, and this. But once you get into that, after a couple of months, it'll come very naturally to you. You're just not eating enough, and you're not eating enough of the right food. You do not have a food addiction. I mean, it can even happen with fucking processed. It can happen with any kind of processed food. Not as much like processed vegan food. Like, I think processed vegan food has its place and has its purpose. And for that place and purpose, it is absolutely super and unreal. If it wasn't for fucking vegan sausages and vegan chicken burgers, then Dan, my husband, would not be transitioning to being vegan or being vegan, essentially. I just don't like to say that yet because I don't want to scare the fuck out of him. As easily as he is, because he loves sausages and burgers, and that makes life very easy for him. So, woohoo, vegan sausages. But, I mean, personally, I don't like to have them. I had them, last time I had them was when I was in Ireland, and that was I think that was June. So, I don't have these things very often. I don't really like them very much. I mean, I like the initial taste when I have them, but I don't like how they make me feel. And I don't know, I think they just throw your body off because they're not a whole food, and your body doesn't really know what to do with all this stuff. So if you're suffering from an eating disorder, then I wouldn't advise eating them. Or if you're suffering from binge eating, or if you just think you've got problems with food, and also if you want to be healthy, to be honest, I don't really advise eating those things, especially not once a week. Over once a week is definitely not a good idea. Once a month maybe. That's about it. Yeah, food addiction. I don't think that thing exists. Like if most of your diet is fruit, like high calorie fruit, like this is a high calorie fruit. This is like very high in sugar and not very, like, I mean, you need to drink a bit of water when you're having these because they're so dry. It's not any water left in this. Bananas, dates, you know, I mean, I don't mind melon and stuff like that, but like you need to eat a lot of melon to get in enough calories. So I mean, like, I like sugary, calorically dense fruit. And if you're eating that way, you're always going to feel good, and you're going to get into a rhythm where you eat when you're hungry, you eat till you're full. You never have to, I don't know, it's just your whole mindset changes on food. All of a sudden food is this whole different thing. Yeah, that's my food addiction anyway. Food addiction. What a load of bollocks.